Assalamu alaikum, family, peace, healing, and light. And welcome back to another episode of Healing with Angelica's podcast, where we discuss all things healing. And if you are new to the show, welcome, 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 beautiful souls. On today's episode, we have a returning guest joining us today, my brother Winford X, and we'll be discussing today's topic: digital detox for healing. Now, before I further introduce my guest, just want to let our audience know that we had some technical difficulties earlier getting on, and you may see our brother a little bit dark over there. Can't really see him as much. However, Allah is God, and the show will go on by His grace. So, just letting y'all further know, if y'all can't really see my brother, just know we have to make some adjustments. But by the grace of Allah, you will surely hear his response. So praise be to Allah. Brother Winford X, welcome again, my brother. Oh my God, we done did like 5 shows already. Thank you so much for joining me again. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah, Brother Winford. And I know my guests do know you much. However, for those who don't know who you are, do you mind giving our audience just a little bit of insight of who is Brother Winford X?
Yes, sure. My name is Brother Winford X. First and foremost, I am a student of the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I am an author as well with the book Determined to Change. It's been out a couple of years now. And I'm a father as well of one. I lost a child to street violence. And I'm an advocate and a student of uh, that movement as well. And I'm a person who loves to inspire. I'm a person who loves to motivate. Um, Especially doing time, man. It was it was an eye opener for me, and I just strive to um, allow Allah to use me in the best way possible that I can be used. Some of you have seen me. I am Brother Ben X's personal security, and love that brother, man. And y'all have seen us together in different places, and that's a serious obligation as well. And I'm here, man, and I'm ready to share some things that we all could utilize being on this social media platform.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much for that, Brother Winford. Now, let's get started on today's episode, a digital detox for healing. I am so excited to talk about this subject. I've been waiting for a long time to talk about this. Didn't
Uh,
know who I didn't know who I wanted to talk about this subject with,
right.
but in the basis of situations, Brother Winford became the perfect candidate for that. So
Yeah.
praise be to Allah. And for my audience today, please, 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 if you have any questions for our guest, Brother Winford, today, please leave your questions in the comment box below. So, what is digital detox, right? Digital detox is a period of time during which a person refrains from using electronic devices such as a smartphone or a computer, regardless of regard as an opportunity to reduce stress or focus on social interaction in the physical world. As we all know, and we are in the time of increased electronic usage, social media, quote unquote, in which has had a major effect on our mental health stability from constantly comparing ourselves to others to run into social media when problems occur in our lives, leaving a gap in our connection to the real source, which is Allah God.
Right.
And that brings me to my first question for you, Brother Winford. Now, if you don't mind, I want you to just break down, what does digital detox look like to you?
Oh man, wow. What does digital detox looks like for me? Um, To me, it's competition. It's pain. It's uh, it's frustration. It's uh, it's hatred. It's uh, it's a psychological sickness. Um, it's so many things. It's so many impediments that brings about a digital detox on social media, because honestly, it's an illusion.
Mm,
Basically, we're utilizing platforms, and we have to understand that first and foremost, who runs social media, and we have to understand that what is the root cause of the social media.
mm-hmm,
And being on social media, uh, on the surface, of course, the opposition is going to allow you to do business. They're going to allow you to be entertained. And we understand the mindset that's at the root of uh, those who run this social media.
mm-hmm.
And we know their intentions. Some of us know the intentions, some of us don't. So yeah, to me, digital detox is an illusion. I mean, if I want to use one word to describe it, it's an illusion.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love it. Praise be to Allah. So like I said, I've been wanting to talk about this subject for a while now, especially after I've seen a big increase of social media usage, um, primarily during the COVID pandemic. A lot of social media usage at the time, especially with us just being in the house, on lockdown. So a lot of the times we don't I would say like we don't really think that we need to refrain from social media.
Right,
We don't look at that as a point of time to step away, you know. But as I said before, and as you see a lot of people are confining in social media in ways and where it's, to me, I believe is disconnecting them from the actual reality. Only reality is God, right?
that's right.
So when I had a conversation with you, because I noticed, so listen here, y'all. So my brother, he done went on a hiatus. And I'm like, dang, I ain't seen him about a good like month or two. What's going on? So because I'm always seeing you on there, giving the word and just, inspiring. So, you know, my brother told me that, he went on a little social media detox. I'm
Right,
like,
right,
dang, okay, well,
right,
dang, I want to do that too.
right.
So I just wanted to know, like, what motivated you to consider doing a digital detox for your healing?
Yes, thank you for the question. Yeah, I went on a hiatus, man, for about a good 2.5 months, almost 3 months, from social media, and I felt like Allah stepped in. I
Mm,
felt like Allah stepped into my life at that very moment, because one thing about social media, we can be whoever we want to be,
mm,
right? And the four impediments that I like to talk about, being a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, is coming out of actually our self improvement, right? Uh, the self improvement is a protection to allowing ourselves to stay in the reality of things, if I can say that. And what I mean by that is having something to give you a measuring stick, um, gauging yourself. Because when we get on social media, we have to realize this: we coming on social media from a real world that we're dealing with ourselves in our own personal life. And once you push that button and you get on social media, you have good forces, but you also have evil forces. And there are more evil forces on social media than there are good forces.
mm,
In our teachings, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us that 85% of the population, no matter where you at on the earth, is blind, deaf, and dumb. So as we extract that 85%, we can utilize that and we can use that knowledge and that wisdom for coming on social media. 85% of what we see on social media is blind, deaf, and dumb. Blind, deaf, and dumb. All of it, 85%. The 10% are those who are able to run the platform of social media. These are those who are put in place to control the masses of those that are on social media, the blind, deaf, and dumb, to keep everybody entertained. I mean, think about it. We can get on social media and we can see people being blown up. You can see people being raped. You can see all kind of things on social media, and they won't censor that. But they'll censor something if you say anything about going in the right direction.
Yes.
Anything about who we are students of, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They'll censor that, so we already know who we up against. So anytime that you get on social media, you have to prepare yourself mentally and spiritually, because we about to go to war. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us as his students, if you are in and under my guidance and my leadership, use social media for righteousness. Use social media for business. Use social media for proper things. Use social media to teach our people the truth, to resurrect our people. That is what the students of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, by the way of the eternal leader, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, this is what we are supposed to be doing. And we have that. We have outlets. Like in the Quran, it says that surely in difficulty there is ease. Well, anytime we get on social media, we have become accustomed to just being entertained. Let me get on social media. We just scrolling for hours and hours and hours, and we just looking at things, but your brain is like a recorder. It's recording these things. So whatever you're looking at, your moods are going in and out. Your moods are going in and out. So we're seeing, I want to bring up these impediments, the 4 impediments that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us about. He talks about racism. He talks about sexism. He talks about nationalism and materialism. So when you break these things down, racism, we see racism in our real life, and we come on social media and we're entertained by more racism. What does that do to our mind? What does that do to our spirit? Well, it brings us into a state of almost like post-traumatic syndrome. It's almost like you're being shocked at the things that you're seeing. But those that are running this platform on this social media, see, they'll want to trick you and say, hey, you know, you can do business, which you can do business. You got the little entertainment. Oh, I like to watch this. This is my show. I like this. I like that. But the ultimate goal of the opposition is to keep you as a dead person, to keep you as a dead vessel, to keep you asleep on the reality of the things that are going on.
Yes.
And when we are feeding on this and we are partaking into these things, like I said, the racism, we see so much of it. Sexism, that's one of the things why really I got off, because of the temptation of the sexism, of the things that we see all day long that they don't censor. So I seen myself indulging. I seen myself being swallowed up by things of entertainment that was not beneficial to my growth, knowing that if I'm a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and I'm a student of striving to push truth to our people, I was struggling. I was imbalanced with that. So I had to remove myself, and I prayed to Allah, and I said, you know what? I have a few followers, but we get into, sometimes we say, well, do I want to, we get afraid. I don't want to lose my followers and this and that. But Allah said that I am the priority. How can you continue to stay focused? How can you continue to bring a good word if you are toe up inside, and that word that you're saying is not coming from a right place. It's not reaching the people.
Right.
So you have to stop everything at that moment and say, and you have to love yourself. You have to come into a realization and look in the mirror and say, wait a minute, Allah is in control of everything. Let me make sure that when I'm on this social media, let me have right intentions. When I'm coming on this social media, I'm not coming on this social media to be a part of the 85% of the entertainment that's keeping our people in a dead state. If I use this social media, I want to be able to utilize it in the best of ways. And I want to say that we do have some outlets on social media. And I want to bring up our brother Ben X, the power call. I want to bring up what you're doing, sister. These are two great outlets that we are able to have when we come on social media. This is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan want to see us doing. Some of us are hundreds and thousands of miles away from one another. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, get on social media and love on your people. Love on your people and share the truth of what we know, to bring in a new kingdom, to bring a new mind, to bring a new man and a new woman. This is the reality of the love that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is showing the world. And so sometimes, sister, for example, right, we can go to YouTube. We can look on YouTube and we can see a video from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and it can say 10 years old. And then when you look at the viewing, it may have 3,000 or 4,000 views. And this video has been up 10 years. The things that this man is teaching, only 4,000 views. But let's say, and I'm not degrading my sister, but let's just say I'm just proving a point and an example of the condition of the minds and the spirits and where we are at as a people. Let's just say Stacey Red do a video in 6 months. Guess how many views it's gonna say? 50 million views. 50 million views. So right there, that's an example of showing you where the mindset is at. That's an example showing you where the spirit is at. You see? So those that are striving to do right, sometimes you look at your views, and I've heard Brother Ben say, don't worry about the views. You don't worry. See, when you get caught up in the views, that's when you start to devalue what Allah has put you on social media to do in the first place. See? Your intentions of whatever you're doing will be made known. So I had to step back and I had to regroup. And I said, well, when I come back to social media, I was talking to Allah. And I said, when I come back to social media, I want to be able to literally stand on what I know that I'm supposed to be doing, not just getting up here to sound good, but really in my own personal life, striving to be better. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you are who you really are when you're by yourself. And I wanted to work on that part. And I'm still in the process of working on that part. That part will always be a process. But I had made a prayer and I said, well, Allah, whenever you're ready for me to go back to social media to start helping the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because I was watching lecture after lecture, and I kept hearing the minister say, you want to help? Come on and help and bring our people to the truth. And I know that I didn't do 15 years in a federal penitentiary, sister, to come home and be a part of the foolishness.
Yes.
Allah has shown me too much. I lost a son to gun violence in the streets. That impacted my life so much. So I knew that, okay, I have to have a balance. There has to be a balance to this. But before I'm anything, I strive to be a helper of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in presenting the truth to our people. I can't stay away from it. I can't stay away from the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I can't stop sharing this with my brothers and sisters, because when I'm looking at not only their condition, but my condition, I'm knowing that we need the assistance. We need the help. We need a knowledge and a supreme wisdom that's going to allow us to be a different creature. That's going to allow us to be new men and women. And the only way that we're going to be able to do that, it don't matter if one person is on the live. I'm not worried about that, because I'm steady trying to build my relationship with Allah. And the more that I see myself building with Allah, the more I'm able to see the impact on a brother Ben X, or even you, my sister, or even seeing a Dr. Wesley Muhammad, when we have to come on and he calling us to a private meeting to talk and these types of things, and what we should be doing on social media, following the rules and regulations to social media. All of these things are important. Mm-hmm. All of these things mean something. This is not for entertainment. This is real. We are really at a war right now.
Yeah.
Things that we're seeing, this is a real live war. Like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, there is a battle for the mind. Ooh. Every time that we come on social media, there is an unseen power and an unseen force and an unseen hand that is ready to devour you. And the reality is, we all are devoured in some type of way.
Yes.
None of us are exempt. We've all been sucked in to the madness of social media. We've all been sucked in to a world of deceptive intelligence. And the quicker that we realize that, and the quicker that we see that, maybe, because this power call, and I have to go back and reiterate this power call that Brother Ben has. You got all kinds of all walks of life, all different denominations of religious persuasions, yes, of people that are coming to this power call. And when we are sending people to this power call, you are able to come in. You don't have to come in with your title. You don't have to come in with, oh, I'm a Christian. I'm listening. I'm waiting to condemn. Or I'm a Muslim, or I'm from the East, and I'm coming to. I've seen all different walks of life. I've heard all different walks of life of people come on to this power call, because that's what it is. It's a power call, because when you come here, we're listening to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we're able to hear, and we're stripping ourselves down, yes, of a lot of the things, and it's a comfort. We're able to come and we're able to listen. We're able to come and hear the minister through our brother Ben X. He's doing a tremendous job. And I see so many people that sometimes they come in the comments and they try to troll and try to break up the spirit of what's going on. And 2 weeks later, you see that same person bearing witness. You see that same name bearing witness. Why? Because the Spirit of God is allowing us in this period, in this pocket of time on social media, to be a comfort. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a lot of foolishness on social media, but we have a choice.
Yes.
We have to make the right choice and the right decision to know that if I get on social media, man, let me get up here and learn something. Let me get up here and take something back, so I'm able to utilize this in my personal life. That's what we should use it for. But unfortunately, of course, those who own social media, we know, have bad intentions. And that's real. That's the truth.
Yes. Praise be to Allah. It's how can I say that? It's you brought up the fact of how, we're at war. We are at war. We're really in war with ourselves.
Absolutely.
So when we take the time to use social media or get on social media, whatever you're on social media for, understand that you're putting yourself in a battlefield to be condemned to whatever social media say that you are at the time. if you allow it. So you brought up the simple fact of how basically it's your choice of how you use social media and how you let social media use you. So that's what I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think it's becoming a situation to now people are allowing social media to use them and they're not using social media for the greater good, because I truly believe as well, yeah, it's more likely depending on what you're doing on social media, what you're seeing,
Right.
because you got that algorithm. So
Right. Right.
whatever you looking at, that's what they're gonna throw up in your face. So
Right.
regardless of me doing my social media thing of inspiring people and stuff like that, there is stuff on there that could probably get to me, because we're all humans,
Right. For
right?
sure.
But
Right.
I believe it's also an opportunity for you to work on the defects within yourself to see what it is that you need to work on within yourself. So I also believe that that social media can bring a great benefit to you once you really dive deep to know who you are. You got to know who you are first. You got to know what's your triggers, right? That's why you said, you felt the or you knew that you were getting tempted and things in that matter, or
Yes.
you may have felt like disconnected, right? So you took that time away, right?
Right.
So that goes back to me bringing up my next question for you, because at the end of the day, it's all a mental thing. It's all a mental game to me. So, what are your thoughts on the mind, the mental effects of social media on our youth?
For me, um, well, from a personal point of view, for me, it's I have I have the life giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You
Mm-hmm.
know, guided and taught by the honorable Mr. Farrakhan, that I strive to feed on daily. Um, and I made a vow to myself that I would not use social media for nothing but bringing the life giving teaching. That's the only reason why um, I want to have my mental present on social media, is if I'm bringing truth, no matter who's rejecting it, no matter who's saying, "Oh, brother, I don't believe that." That's fine. But Allah has reconfirmed in myself that this is your mission. This is a lot of the things that you've been through. Um, if you speak, if your voice is going to be heard, make sure that I'm the one who's guiding you to utilize it in the right direction, and being able to reach the people that needs to hear the things that you are saying. I
Mm.
don't need to come up here and you know uh I see so many different platforms going live talking about nothing, talking about foolishness, and it's allowing us to take further steps back when we're being entertained by this foolishness. Because when you're being entertained by so much foolishness, so much time go by and you haven't even been able to learn anything, and that trickles into your personal life.
Mm-hmm.
You become addicted. You become addicted to social media. You become addicted to watching fights, and you become addicted to watching foolishness. You become addicted to watching females, as we say, ratchet. We watch in things being glorified. Think about this, sister. Every time that we come on social media, there is always a confrontation or a conflict or a beef with a black man and a black woman,
Mm.
a black man on a black man, a black woman on a black woman. They always putting the images out there and painting the image of black men and women as being angry. Listen to what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said in Study Guide number 12, Four Great Impediments to Self-Development. He said that he's talking about attitude. He says he said the world is based upon a belief in the superiority of white over black. There can be no new world until the destruction of inferiority in one and superiority in the other. He says at the same time that the attitude of white superiority hardened into beliefs that grew into laws. The Caucasian people produced an attitude in black people towards ourselves. He said, what was that attitude? We are niggas. I believe niggas would never be nothing. Out of this attitude grew a system of belief, and from that set of actions, it is an unwritten law that black people disrespect and destroy one another. Everything that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has said, this was in 1986. Everything that he said, we are able to turn on social media and see word for word what he just said. It's always, I'm talking about the people that we are looked up, the people that we look up to, that where a lot of the black communities look up to in Hollywood, entertainment. They find ways to hate one another. They find ways to where we beefing with, I don't like this nigga over here, or this, that, and the third. And it's all right to call women, black women are calling each other B's and H's, but we friends. This is just a language that we use.
Yeah.
You know, this, that, and the third. But when a man use it, it becomes a double entendre. It becomes something where who you calling a B or this, that, and the third. But they same female friend can call them a B out their name, and they love it. You see, all of this is madness. So now check this out. The younger generation, we got 9 and 10-year-olds that know how to access social media better than some grown-ups. So when they're seeing this on social media, they're able to see this. What are they mimicking? What are they mimicking? They're looking at this. All they want is views. Get my views up.
Yeah.
I just want to TikTok. I just need my views up. Yo, it's mad crazy. I see some people on social media, and you'll just wonder to yourself, why did you just do that? Like, yo, why would you do that? Why would you do that? People jump off of stuff, break their neck, run into stuff, and just to get views. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? What are we doing? Drinking a whole bottle of hot sauce for what? What would make you all these challenges? New challenge every week. The so and so challenge. Let's do this challenge. Let's make a challenge. Satan saying yes. All of this is being controlled by Satan. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is hated, because he's a man of love. He's a man of truth, and those that are following his instructions becomes a danger, becomes a thorn in the foot of those that run social media. That's why Brother Ben has lost his page 3 and 4 times. That's why we have good brothers and sisters that always stay in Facebook jail, always in jail. For what? Because we're teaching our people the truth. You can't say nothing about the so-called Jews. You getting memos and stuff. You can't say nothing about what's going on right now over there. And the Minister Farrakhan has given us instructions not to say anything that is going on, that is happening over there. So we have our instructions from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. We have our instructions on how we are striving to present ourselves on social media. You have to put it in your vision. You have to put it in your mind. Man, I'm going after my people. I'm striving to be a part. When I get on this social media, I want to be able to be on the battlefield with the minister. I want to be on the battlefield with my sister, Angelica, I want to be on the battlefield with Brother Ben. I want to be on the battlefield with Dr. Wesley. I want to be on the battlefield with all of my brothers and sisters who are striving to continue to be upright in their own personal life and also utilize. So when I see my brother, my big brother, my minister, big brother Malik Muhammad, when I see him and I see my captain and I see these brothers and my fellow brothers showing people the teachings and they brought a new guest and they got their guests saying testimonies on social media. That right there is, to me, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's something that we all should be striving to do on this social media, and it's hard. It's difficult. It's really, really hard because you gotta get up here and you got to weave through all the filth, man, that's on here. And sometimes it can take a toll. So sometimes you just gotta fall back yourself because you get so engulfed in it. You gotta just fall back and say, let me detox myself from all of this madness that I'm having to deal with. That's not easy.
It's not.
That's not easy getting up here doing what you do. What Brother Ben X is doing, he been doing that power call since Ramadan ended. That's not easy to do. You still got to run a business. You still got to get up. I still got to get up, go to work, do what I do, and still find time to say, you know what? Let me study. And when I study, I'm at home studying by myself without social media. When something that I'm studying hit me so hard that my spirit is saying, share this with the people. Share this with the brothers and sisters on social media. That's when I go live. That's when I'm able to say, man, let me go up here and go live and let me share some with our brothers and sisters. And when I do hear the feedback, and when you do affect a person and they can say, man, I needed that, first thing you say is all praise is due to Allah. That make you want to do more.
Yes.
That make you want to continue to strive in your own life when nobody is looking. That's the win-win. That's the real flex, is when nobody is looking and you're still striving to stay on that path, man, to pleasing Allah God. So the next time you get on social media, guess what Allah is going to do? Since you've been doing good in your own personal life, He going to boost you some more on the social media in the right direction. So yeah, man, it's and watch this right here, sister. This might not be the last time that I do a detox. You know, that's something that we all should always go in and out of, a detox. If you got, that's like a superstar on the floor in the football game and on the basketball court. Hey man, come on to the sideline and come get you a breather, brother, because we're gonna need you.
Yeah.
We're gonna need you. Come on over here and get you a breather, because we can't leave you in the game all the time. Because what's gonna happen? I'm not going to be able to max out at my fullest potential. So the coach has to gauge that. So who is your coach? Your coach has to be your mindset. Your coach has to be your spirit. You got to know when to pull back, and don't be afraid to lose followers. Don't be afraid to say, damn, if I leave for a month, my followers gonna drop. Oh, I done lost 1,000 followers. Lord have mercy. But yeah, God is saying, but you're doing it for a good purpose.
Yes.
You're doing it to keep me out in front. And when you keep Allah out in front, that 1,000 that you lost, He gonna give you 3,000.
Yes.
Because we having right intentions. Man, I'm telling you, sister, for a long time, and I'm not afraid to say this, for a long time, I've been doing things my way. I've been doing things my way. Man, I'm finna do it my way. And every single time I find myself in a place where Allah is showing me, where I'm reading the Quran And what I read in the Quran, those scriptures are brought to life right in my face. Allah is showing me that, man, look, you can't beat me. You can't beat me at this. So when you try to make a move on your own, and we all have done it, but the highlight of the chastisement when it comes is when you able to recognize that Allah is chastising me at this particular time. That's a blessing. That's a blessing to humble yourself and say, okay, all right, I tried it. I tried to go around you, Allah, but you was waiting on me. You know what I mean? You was right there to cut. You understand me? This, that, and the third. So, it's it's nothing wrong with taking a break. It's nothing wrong with having to self-love, self-care for yourself, and gain more strength in Allah. So when you do come back, man, you coming back with a whole nother force.
Yeah.
Just that much more powerful to have on your mind to, man, I'm up here to utilize this technology to reach a person wherever they may be.
Yeah.
You know, in this power call, you got people that's crying on the call, on the live. People that's listen. This it's like you got 200 and 300 people on a call, on a Zoom. You got 200 or 300 people on a Zoom, and they calling this they calling this their special comfort place.
Yes.
So some people say, well, how can you? Because I seen this before, and I'm gonna close with this. I seen people ask, how can people just be wanting to be seen on social media? They'll come up there and let their business out on these different platforms, and they're getting these Zooms, and then they'll talk about this. No, it's not that. It's not that they're trying to be seen. It's that the power of God is present on this call, and this person feels safe. This person feels safe because the things that are being taught about, Allah is bringing out of that person. I'm comfortable. Even though it's 300 or 400 people in this call right now, 200 people in this call, I'm comfortable because of what are we feeding on? And the other people are feeding just like you're feeding. So at that time, Allah is allowing everybody's spirit to be aligned. So it ain't no playing. It's not no making no fun of when a woman is telling you how she's been raped, or a man is telling you how he's been raped. Ain't no fun and games in that. This is real life reality that Allah is allowing us to come on a platform. See, Satan don't like that.
No.
That part he doesn't like. He don't like when we come up and utilize the social media to become better people. So the minister said, use it for good. So that's all we gotta hear. Okay, that was the instructions. Use this social media for good, and man, we're able to change our own life, and we're able to change other people's lives when you make the right decision on your social media. That's the most powerfulest thing, is you have a choice.
Woo! Praise be to Allah, Brother Winford. Oh my gosh, that was beautiful. And if you all are enjoying this episode just as well as I am, oh my gosh, please show your support by donating today to Cash App $ Healing with Angelica to help sustain future episodes just like this. Also, if you all are enjoying all of the episodes here on CTG Broadcast, please show your support as well by donating today. Information to donate will be shown on the screen below. I love you all. Now let's get back to today's show. Digital Detox for Healing with Brother Winford X. So, oh my gosh, I just wanted to. So this is going to be me venting a little bit, right? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
guys, I have been doing Healing with Angelica going on 2 years. Oh my God, 2 years now. Like it's been a year and some months now. And when I started Healing with Angelica, I really didn't know where I was going with this. I just knew that I had something that I had to talk about. I had things that I wanted to discuss, and I feel like these are things that people needed to know. There's a saying that I have with Healing with Angelica, which is healing is a journey, and you should not have to heal alone. That I like, that's like, I like that was perfect for me because even within my healing journey, I was confined to where I felt like I didn't want people to know the things I was going through because of me being judged or, you know, people not understanding where I'm coming from. But understand that God allowed things to happen in our lives so we can share his glory
Mm,
with others and also so we can tell our testimony.
that's right.
So when you bring up the power call, praise be to Allah for Brother Ben X for that because it's such a healing within that. And I also bring that up even with the shows that I've done. Like I call this is my therapy
Absolutely.
session.
Absolutely.
When I do lives with people, I get a healing off this because I'm hearing what people went through. I'm hearing how people are healing. I'm hearing what they're going through, and also being able to build those connections, building that minister, Dr. Ava had brought this up in a lecture. Oh my God, Burnout. It's a lecture called Burnout. You guys listen to that. She brought up the power of dialogue.
Mm,
And I know, wow, and it's crazy. I just had a dream about them too.
mm,
But Dr.
yeah,
Aleem, I think he has a series about dialogues. But she spoke about the simple fact of how, you know, when we're in a period of burnout, we sometimes want to confine, but we really need to be able to, and I'm not saying it word for word, but basically be able to express ourselves, talk about the things that we're going through, and be able to build those connections to other, our other believing family, because
right.
you don't know if your sister may have went through the same exact thing that you have went through. So boom, there you go. You guys are connecting together, trying to help each other heal from whatever it is that you guys may be going through. So I believe that if we could all, because honestly, let's sit back and think. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I really believe a lot of God
Right.
really took me into a journey to where it was like, okay, well, I don't want you doing this because before I even found out about Islam, like I was on social media promoting things that was just worldly, nothing cool. Mind you, I had a social media page for years. My social media page got gone, cut off. And I'm not gonna lie, I started crying. I'm like, oh my God, my page is gone. I don't have my page. This is how I make
No.
money. This is my business. Oh my
Right.
God. All my
Right.
friends,
Right.
I had this page for years, like
Right.
years. So, and even at that time, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. So, like at that time, Allah was like, I feel like Allah was kind of like starting me all over again because as years went by, and then I'm still having this spirit of, okay, I got a new page, but what am I doing on here? I'm
Right.
just scrolling, like I'm judging myself. I'm looking at all this crazy stuff. Like
Right. Right.
it's not feeding me,
Right.
right? So when I went through the things that I went through with just my health and just life in general, me transitioning to Islam, that that stuff that I had went through during that time period gave me the spirit to go ahead and share my journey. So it gave me more of a purpose to actually want to be on social media. So within that time, I'm like, okay, well, I have something I have to say. I have something I have to say. I have something I have to express. And that's where Healing with Angelica came from. Now, you brought
Beautiful.
up the fact of how, I love how you use that analogy, how you saying like, okay, well, you know, you got to get on, go to the bleachers, get a little break, drink some water so you will be able to come back and then they can use you at your full capacity, right?
Right, right,
Or
right,
so
right,
even with just me now seeing myself as a content creator, now seeing how dedicated I've been just to make sure that I'm giving purpose and content every day, no matter who's watching, who's not. Mind you, it took me a while to build up my following now, but in my mind I wasn't thinking about that. That wasn't the mindset. I had intentions on why I'm on social media. This is my purpose on here, and that's it. Right? So that takes me to me saying that, when you have people on social media, you really have to understand, like, what is your intentions? Why are
right,
you on here? What are you doing?
right,
Because at the end of the day, if you're not inspiring, you're not trying to help people, if you're not like using it for business purposes, like, you really think of it, social media kind of distracts you from what it is that you need to do then. So what is it that you need to be doing? Right? So I just love the fact of how you just, you brought all that up. And like, I personally had a conversation with Brother Winford, because I was like, man, like, I feel like Allah is trying to take me somewhere different.
right, right,
But I'm like, I feel like I built this connection with my followers where I'm like, okay, well, if I get off social media, then like, I don't want to disappoint them. I don't want
right,
to,
right,
because I done went on a hiatus. But
right,
in my mind, I feel like Allah is like, Angelica, I need you right now. I need to get you, like, not saying I'm not focused, but I have something that I need you to do. So I need you to go to the cave for a little bit and then
right.
come back so you can be able to, give, give, give what I need you to give to my people. So I just wanted to see, just, like, man, like I said, I've been waiting to talk about this
Yes,
and like in all aspects of just everyone who use social media, even if you're a content creator, even if you're just using social media just for recreation purposes, whatever the case may be, it's always just, understanding that we all need time to, you know, recalibrate
right.
and detox and take time out for ourselves, because we can't overconsume ourselves. No matter if you're a content
Of course.
creator, own it for recreational purposes, it doesn't matter. Taking that time away so you're not putting yourself, I believe, I would say, like in the valley of decision, where you're sitting here contemplating on if, comparing yourself, because that's what, I don't care what no one says, as long
Yes,
as
of
you're on
course.
social media, that's
That's
what's
gonna,
going to
that's
end
gonna
up
of
happening.
course. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to
Absolutely.
happen.
Right.
So I want to bring up this question, like, because this is why it's so important to me that we also have to know ourselves and also have to get ourselves reconnected to Allah God. So why is the concept, and I hope you understand me when I ask this question. Why is the concept of Allah God being the only reality important when it comes to our engagement in social media?
Well, the reason why Allah is the only reality and the most important is because He controls every affair. I mean, think about it. Anything that we do, God is a divine being. So if we come directly from Allah, there is no intelligence, there is no creation, There is nothing in this universe that has the capacity of expression of intelligence higher than a human being. So if God is divine, then that means that we are divine. So no matter small situations or big situations we find ourselves in, you have to look at it from a divine perspective. And you have to tap into the spirit which is inside of yourself to be able to see what you need to see from a divine perspective, right? So at the end of the day, even Satan that we're taught under the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, no matter what Satan does, it has to go by Allah. Satan says in the Holy Quran, he says that I called you and Allah called you. He said, and you came. This is what Satan is saying. He said, I called you and you came. He said, Allah promised you and I promised you. But Satan's promise was broken. His promise was all of deception, was to deceive. So all of us on this live right now, on this social media, we can all look at something that happened in our own personal life and look back and say, where we know we've entered something that we should not have entered, and we found on the other side of that, coming out of whatever situation we came out of, we end up running into a brick wall. It didn't end up going the way we wanted it to go, right? Well, that comes back to us. That's what Satan is saying. It's saying, I promised you something. You've seen something that looked like a promise, but that wasn't from Allah. That was from me. So you went to that and it blew up in your face, or it didn't go as planned as you wanted it to go. Well, that's Satan saying that my promise wasn't held to you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Satan bow down to Allah and say that Satan knows who Allah is. He knows who's in charge. But if he can get us to go his way and do what he say do, then when the time comes for we looking for some help, he gonna always abandon you. He gonna always, whatever situation we in, we gonna always get abandoned, and we're gonna be forced. I don't give a damn if you say, I'm an atheist. Yeah, let a bird get, let something start happening to a person who said they're atheist. The first thing they're gonna go, oh God. They're gonna holler out, oh God. But I thought you was an atheist. I thought you didn't believe. Your reality coming into the universe, coming as a human being, it has its own protection. Your own makeup bears witness. Allah, God is the only reality. We got to go to sleep. Why do we sleep? We don't know. We don't know what. If you don't feed the body, if you don't drink water after so many days, then the nature of the reality of your vessel will kick in and say, I need something to have, I need sustenance to sustain life. If I don't have it, what's going to happen? The body is going to disintegrate. It's going to shut down because it's not able to get. So I don't care how long you say, I'm not going to go without water. I'm not going to go without food. I'm not going to go without these things. And then at a certain point in time, what you saying you not going to do, the reality of your existence is going to take over. That's so again, every affair, every situation that we find ourselves in, at the end of it all, it's best to know and understand that, man, Allah is the only reality. Because Allah says, human beings, we come and go. But just because a person killed themselves don't mean Allah is dead. Allah is infinite. Allah is forever. Allah is the all-knowing. So human beings is just the highest expression of Allah's mind. That's what the human being is. The human being is the highest expression of Allah's mind. We are all expressions of Allah. So that means that the human being would never be destroyed. The human being would never be extinct. Not the black man and woman, not the original people of the earth. We are here. We've been here. They asked the question, right? They asked the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, how long has the black man and woman been here? And the answer is, we've been here as long as the earth has been here. That blew my mind when I first heard that. We've been here as long as the earth been here. Huh. We've been here. Man has always been. God has always, he's always the Alpha and the Omega. So that means if Allah is the Alpha and the Omega, what does that expression look like in material? What does it look like covered in material? It's the original man and woman. That would never change. That right there Allah will always be men and women, human beings to come and go in and out of the earth. Allah was able to escape his own law of death. How did he do it? By procreation with the man and the woman. When that baby comes through the womb of the woman, there go Allah again. He's you can't destroy that. But I want to read something. We kind of, man, that's some theology right there. But
right.
I want to read something what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said pertaining to our topic at hand, the detox of the digital detox, right, of social media. Listen to this. The minister said, what about the self of God being fed by nothing? This is a question that he's asking. He said, what about the self of God being fed by nothing? See, brothers and sisters, this is why. No matter where you are, whatever city, whatever state you in, this is why you should ask more questions about the Nation of Islam. This is why you should ask more questions about the self-improvement. This is why you should ask more questions about the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because what we are receiving, what has been revealed to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, let me tell you something. The white man has conquered. He's mastered every ideology. He's mastered every education of persuasion and every platform in the world but one. And the one he has not been able to master is the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He's afraid. This is why the nation is censored. This is why the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is censored. Why do you think, what did the minister said, you don't judge a man's importance by his friends. You judge a man's importance by his enemies. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has the highest enemies in the highest places in the world. Now the question is why? Why is that? So we have to ask ourselves, why is that? What's so up about him? Listen to this. What about the self of God being fed by nothing? How do we respond? We develop an overly aggressive, belligerent, hostile attitude, mostly toward members of our own group. So when we see ourselves, oh, who is this nigga? Who this nigga think he is? Oh, this nigga, oh yeah, this nigga got this and that. What? It's you know, who she? She got her hair covered up. Oh, she, yeah. Well, I ain't finna have nothing on my hair. Or, it's too hot to be wearing that. Hey, can't nobody even see nothing with that on. Our minds, we so thrown off, not knowing that that's a complex and that's an impediment towards ourselves. So when we hear the minister, the Messiah, when we hear words like the exalted Christ attached to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's name, some people say, well, I thought y'all was Muslims. How can he be the exalted Christ? Christ is not connected to the word and to the function of Christianity as you know it. That doesn't mean that. Because we say that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ. The Christ is a figure and a function that is able to crush the wicked. One who's anointed, a vessel that's anointed. But how can you be anointed? What can you crush the wicked with? You have to be able to crush the wicked with a knowledge that that those in wicked high places has. You got to be able to have a knowledge over that knowledge that they're ruling the people with. That has never been done. He's mastered every knowledge out there. That's why he's been able to rule for 6,000 years, because his knowledge was able to rule every other knowledge that was out there. This is not me being biased because I'm a part of the Nation of Islam. That's not me being biased. I'm just telling you the reality of what we all see on an everyday basis. That's why the minister said, as our leader, teacher, and guide, get on social media. And if you're going to be under my instructions, teach the people the teachings and present to them the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and what he taught and what he is teaching through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That has never been defeated, and it's not going to be defeated. So that's what we have to hope. That's what I believe, sister, that we have to continue to hold on to. So when everybody is passing up these teachings on social media and these types of things, all I'm asking, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to force you to be in the nation, but when you talk to us, when you talk to the sisters and you talk to the brothers, and you come and give yourself an opportunity to listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, there is nothing that you will be able to argue. If you be patient with yourself, you're going to be able to see these things manifest in your own personal life. And you're going to have to come back to that teacher and say, man, you know what? He was right. You know how many times I've heard that, sister? Man, this man was right. He was always telling the truth, man. He was right. He was right. He was right. He was right. How many times have those in high places of wickedness, this government, how many times have they created entities, secret so-and-so this? Oh, this is top secret so-and-so that. Oh, we can't tell the public this. Why not? Because truth is transparent.
Yes.
This is why we love the minister. Minister say, I'm transparent. I don't have nothing to hide. Come on out. So when it comes to the social media and the digital detox, my last words in closing, I believe that we should continue to do what we're doing as students of a higher teaching, but you're still a human being. You're not perfect. So when you feel that intellectual death coming on, meaning that you feel like the teachings or what you're presenting is getting boring, or you're starting to unravel out of the character of uprightness, step back. Just step back. And whatever you lose of followers, if you step back for the right intention and you're doing it for Allah, He'll give you that back 10 times more. So don't even worry about it.
Woo! Praise be to Allah. I love that. I love that. And like you said, like, if we're doing it for the right intentions, then we shouldn't even worry too much about that, even if you're a content creator or just on there for recreational purposes. I still believe that when you think of exactly what social media is for, and then you put your intention as to why you're on social media, then you can really kind of navigate your way into being able to use social media for a good purpose, and not be able to, not saying that, like I said again, not saying that you won't see certain things, because
Right,
they'll
for sure.
be
That's
on
gonna happen.
there. It's
Yeah, that's
going,
gonna be on there. That's right.
yeah, it's going to be there. It's going to happen.
That's gonna happen. And I'm glad that you brought that up in closing, sister, because I won't sit here and say that if I'm at home, I'm not, you know, I don't have to. That's what I'm saying. I don't care who you are, a believer, a person who's a content creator, a person who's a high influencer. Everybody scan and surf their phone. It's gonna be things that you see, but at the end of the day, you have to have something in your life that is allowing you to feed on, that's able to divide or to let you understand that, hey, this right here, because I've heard the minister say, I was watching, TV, and I was scanning the channels and something popped up and I seen this and that. So if I can hear the leader, he's a human being. Yes, he's the leader. He has a weight on his shoulders, but he's still human. He still have a human side of himself. Watch a good movie or whatever. Watch a boxing match or something. Allah give us rest in the mission.
Mm-hmm.
He give us entertainment in the mission, but all entertainment don't have to be defined as the entertainment that those in high places of wickedness is pushing up amongst us.
Yeah.
That don't have to be our entertainment. We can be entertained by other things, but this is their platform. Again, this is social media is their platform. So ain't no telling what we might see coming from their mindset. And we attached to that mindset. We trying to come out that mindset.
Exactly.
You feel me? So yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna be, man, being able to, you're gonna see crazy stuff, all the time on there. I seen just the other day, a woman was just tonguing a dog for about 2 minutes. And I mean, the dog head was, she had her head damn near in the dog head mouth. And I'm looking and I'm like, why? I'm like, why? I'm like, okay, so you're gonna get your camera, you're gonna push record on live, and you just gonna sit there and show the whole world your dog you and your dog just going to town with each other. You understand? And I'm saying to myself, I'm saying to myself, why? What was your reason? Why did I have to see it? Why did it have to come across my why did I have to see that?
Oh my God. It's like, man, what people do, what the things people will do for
Man,
just
that's
for likes, for attention.
right.
That's why I said
Right.
it's like, I mean, not saying that, hey, she probably did it because she wanted to. Probably ain't even thinking about likes and stuff like that, but it's entertainment. So that goes back to where is our mindset? Where is our perspective? Like, and that
Exactly.
just shows the majority of this world's perspective. They want us to, we're feeding off their minds,
Right.
right? And that's the reason why we have the results that we have. So it just comes
Exactly.
down to just having that balance, always finding that balance. And I believe that within that balance, you always make self and you make God a priority. Because even within those distractions, and you got the lady tongue kissing the dog, all this crazy
Man.
stuff, you're still able to not allow that to feed you. You
Right.
know, you're
Right.
you're 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 too fed on the word of God. You're too fed on your self-development to even let those things even bother you. So that's
Right.
why I said we always got to make sure that regardless of how you're using social media, you always take time to feed yourself because we are in war and we are on their platform. So there's no telling what we can see, right?
Right, for
So,
sure. And we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue to stay on their platforms because I heard a brother say this one time, and the brother got upset because the brother was like, "We should create our own platforms, and we're always complaining about their platforms, and we should create our own platforms." And I heard what the brother said. I didn't have nothing wrong with what the brother said, and the brother is absolutely right. We should create our own platforms, and we are in the process of creating our own platforms. But at the same time, God's chosen people, a lot of them are on the devil's platform, right? So that means that we can do both. We can do both. We have people that can be working and focused on creating the original platforms for our people, but at the same time, we still have to have soldiers on the battlefield, on their field, being able to fish and being able to hurl truth at falsehood until it knocks his brains out. That's what the
yes,
Quran is. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're striving to do under the guidance of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's we're striving to hurl truth at falsehood until it knocks his brains out. You know, we you don't hear brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam talking about oh, Hebrew Israelites ain't the truth or Christianity ain't the truth. If you do find people like that, then they're still in a that they're still we're all striving, but the understanding of what what is at stake and the reality of the human being haven't set in yet. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not about our the different denominations. It's about being able to understand and recognize the self-improvement as a human being. That's what these are for. This is what we use. This is what we get up here, and we're not trying to come up here and freestyle. But yes, Allah allow us in our own personal affairs in our own lives to show how this was an impact. See, we all come from different walks of life, but we all use the same curriculum to show how it brought me out of the condition or whatever I went through. This is what I used. So we present this to our brothers and sisters every opportunity that we get to show that, hey, man, look here, man, let's get off into this study guide, you know. And once we get into that study guide and see that, man, you hear people all the time. Man, I used to hear so much stuff about him, but I finally got a chance to listen for myself. And that's what we want every brother and sister to do. Stop listening to what your mama said. We love mama. We love dad. We love grandmama. But
mm-hmm.
Allah may not have chose them. Allah might have chose you and said, look, you're going to feed on this, and then you're going to turn around and teach them. That's how it goes. That's Allah ain't going to choose everybody. He might choose 1 out of 50. And that one may be you, which is all praise be to Allah. We're thankful for that. But again, man, that's what this is what I promised myself, sister, that I was gonna do. I said that I'm going to when I present myself on social media, I'm going to present myself as I should be presented. How I'm not just representing myself. I have to represent for a better cause and a bigger cause for our people, because our people are hurting.
Yes.
Our people are damaged goods. We're damaged goods. But it's our turn now. It's our turn now. So again, I'm just thankful to still be alive. I done went through so much stuff, and we all have. But I done been through some stuff, man, like a damn movie. And I'm like, man, my life is like up and down like a movie. But I heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, he said, sometimes Allah will keep certain people in struggles to teach people about their struggles. And when I heard that, I said, boy, this is a heavy teaching that we are in. We always learning and we always evolving. So I'm thankful, sister.
Yes. And I am so thankful for you, Brother Winford. Thank you so much for joining me today to discuss this well-needed topic, digital detox for healing. I would also like to thank my amazing audience and Healing Tribe for joining us today. I pray that this episode was informative, valuable, and healing to you all. Also, be sure to share, like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes on any of your favorite podcast station. Closing a Gap broadcast on Facebook, CTG broadcast on YouTube, and Healing with Angelica's podcast on Facebook and YouTube to help spread this message of healing to those in need. You guys, I just hit my halfway mark. So y'all go ahead and support your sister on YouTube. Go ahead and help me get that 1K before the end of the year. Praise be to Allah. Also, if you all are ready to start your healing journey and don't know where to start, Healing with Angelica is here to assist, as I am offering one-on-ones to help get you started on your healing journey. More information to schedule your call will be shown in the description box below, including Healing with Angelica merch and more. And for the month of November only, and also one day only today as well, I have a discount going on right now for all services. 50% off on all Healing with Angelica's merch, and free shipping as well. So don't miss out on that. Also, a friendly reminder that please listen, you guys. It is, I'm gonna be honest, it's a job, honestly, to come on here and be a content creator, and knowing that this is something that I love to do. It takes time to do that, and that's why sometimes I had spoke with Brother Winford and let him know that, hey, sometimes I need time to get away and get my little detox on, so I can come back and be better. But I do want you to know that any purchases that you make with Healing with Angelica is also to help sustain and support Healing with Angelica. So just keep that in mind. And one last thing, also, if anyone or yourself are in need of any prayers, Healing with Angelica would like to send a special prayer to you. And you can do this by emailing healwithangelica@yahoo.com. Brother Winford, oh my God, this was such a beautiful topic. Thank you so much. You went so in depth with this conversation. So I love it so much. Praise be to Allah. Before we end today's show, do you have any closing remarks for our audience today?
Yeah, I just want to say, May Allah continue to bless every brother and sister, bless your families. Whatever you're going through at this particular time, strive to trust God more. Not only strive to trust God more, but utilizing your social media, strive to cut down on a lot of the foolishness that's being entertained. And come to the power call, man. By Brother Ben X. I think it's www.thepowernet, thepowercall.net. And you can go to his YouTube, Brother Ben X, his YouTube page. I like to look at it from YouTube. This power call is very, very powerful. Our sister, Healing with Angelica, you know, uh, subscribe with her, be more, supportive of our sister, what our sister is doing, because like you said, to do this, um, you have your own personal life and you have things that you striving to perfect yourself, and you still you're finding your way, but at the same time, Allah is blessing you to be able to be a blessing to other people, so man, it's a blessing, just to have the opportunity to come back to social media. And hell, I might be gone again. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. I might be
Yeah.
gone again, but at the same time, just know that when I come up here and I'm on this platform, I do it for good intention. I don't do it to negate anybody. I don't do it to criticize anybody. I come up here to share the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, guided and taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and then whatever I can say that can prove that, and that can show that, and that can help you in any kind of way, all praise is due to Allah.
Yes, all praises due to Allah. Yes, you guys, please, please, please tap in on that power call with Brother Ben X. It is
Yes,
absolutely
yes, yes,
amazing. I done got a chance to hop on there a few times and just listening to the testimonies and actually hearing certain just stories that people have gone through. It's like, whoa, like you're really not alone. That's why I say healing is a journey and you should not have to heal alone. We done all went through some things and we all need each other, especially in this time. And again, Brother Winford, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today.
yes,
If
ma'am.
you guys have not checked out my brother, please check him out. Follow him on IG. IG down there, knowledge 5845.
5845. Come on in. Come on in. I might dip on
5845.
you. I might dip on you for a little minute. I'm coming back though.
Yes, yes, and it's nothing but respect because
Ready? Yeah,
we
yeah,
we need that time,
straight up.
for ourselves. So, like I said, I love it. Thank you so much again for joining us, and thank you so much for my beautiful audience and Healing Tribe for joining us today. And we leave you guys as we came. Assalamu alaikum, peace, healing, and light.
Peace, peace. All right.